What's going on? This is the homie Matt, and you're tuned in to the podcast Peace, Love, and Hip Hop with my boy
A-Bez.
All right. Abs, how you doing?
Doing good. A-Bez here. It's a beautiful night, ready to talk some hip-hop.
And this is episode 1.
Episode 1, yes sir.
And
There's a lot riding on it.
Exactly. This is do or die right here.
But
all that pressure.
It's a good feeling though, you know? Just getting warmed up, just getting started out.
Did you happen to hear Royce da 5'9" on Funk Flex the other day?
Was crazy.
Crazy, right?
Oh my
that was
gosh.
awesome. I was stoked when I heard that.
Man, it's crazy to see how he can just he's one of the best freestylers.
He even got a mention from LeBron James. That's how you know you made it, when you get a mention from LeBron James, I guess.
That was like a break the internet moment, honestly.
Yeah,
everybody
seriously
was hitting him up.
That was a dope bit, freestyle though. Even the interview part was pretty good.
Yeah, and
he always gives a lot of insightful things.
And I feel like the funk freestyles have kind of fell off with these new rappers. So
yeah,
it's really good to see some real bars spit in there.
I saw Lil Yachty went on there a couple days ago.
Oh gosh.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It really was not bad. I don't know if he had it previously written, but it was actually not a bad freestyle at all. I would definitely check it out.
See, yeah, I definitely need to check that out. I feel like he's got a pretty decent flow, but sometimes we all know what he's coming with the content perspective.
Exactly. All right, so let's get into our first topic. Logic. He's been in the news, the hip hop news, for past couple weeks.
Yeah, some headlines for real.
Yeah. What all kind of started it was when he released 44 More. The single came out, and I'll do a little quote. He said, "Sold more albums my first week than Harry Styles and Katy Perry. If that ain't a sign of the times, then I don't know what is." Pretty much, the song seemed like he was not complaining, but just kind of stating that he thinks he's the best out of everyone, yet he doesn't feel he's getting the praise he deserves.
Yeah.
So, do you think, let's ask, first question is, do you think he does get the praise he deserves from the right people he wants?
I don't think he gets the praise he deserves. I think a lot of, based on the topics that he talks about, that kind of shies away from the crowd, and he doesn't get that mainstream big audience because he's not talking about the bling bling, all those topics, you know?
You don't think he gets the mainstream acknowledgement from hip hop or everyone in general?
Oh yeah, that's a good second question. I think he gets the mainstream attention from in general, but I don't think he gets the attention that he should be in the hip hop community, even though that his music is really good. He has really good lyrics, and the content and the messages that he's pushing are so relevant to today and so important.
I think he's a rapper no one's ever seen before, if you think about it. He's this nerdy white rapper who can go pop, but can also freestyle and have bars for days. And hip hop's not used to that.
Yeah, he definitely breaks a mold.
He's not an Eminem, you know. He's not a Tupac. He's completely different from what everyone in hip hop's seen. And I think, not scared, but I think that he's just a new form of hip hop, and he's not a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
You know, a Little Xan or whatever. He's just Logic. And which brings me to my next kind of question for you. So in that quote, he says, sold more albums my first week than Harry Styles and Katy Perry. So he's comparing himself. He's creating that I'm better than you, but he's comparing it to pop stars. Do you think that's kind of whack? Or do you think he should have said, I sold more albums than blank, blank, and blank in the hip hop community?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. When you compare yourself to those artists, it's kind of hard to not get compared to them by other people, especially when you pull them into your own work. But I wouldn't say that he should have mentioned another rapper or artist.
See, that's where I disagree.
Okay.
I think he should have, because hip hop's all about, battling. Yeah. That's what hip hop is. To compare yourself to Harry Styles and Katy Perry is kind of whack in the hip hop sense, because why not throw some jabs in there? But at the same time, I understand why he doesn't do it, because understanding him as an artist, he's never beefed with anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he stayed away from all of that. I sent you that thing from on Instagram.
Yeah,
because he finally responded to Joyner Lucas, but he did it very, very subtle. It wasn't any a straight jab or anything like that. But I think that's just Logic. He doesn't go in on rappers like that. And I think that's why maybe some rappers don't acknowledge him and give him the praise that he deserves, because he doesn't go that step of, stepping into the ring and battling whoever. And I do think if he were to do that, he would have a very fair chance of winning that battle.
Yeah, no, I definitely think he'd be able to go up against anybody who would face, but I feel like his message and what he tries to communicate, I feel like beefing with other rappers kind of goes against that,
So you say, is Logic a rapper, or is he a pop star?
He's a rapper.
Yeah,
his music is rap.
I agree.
But he has been portrayed as an artist, and he gets the mainstream attention from the pop community and the mainstream pop world. He doesn't get as much of mainstream attention in the hip-hop world.
See, I think everyone looked at Logic as a rapper. Then that song 1-800 came out.
Yeah.
That went incredibly mainstream, and people started judging him off that one song, which I don't think is right.
Of course not.
His newest album, Everybody, that was released in 2017, I didn't think it was that good of an album. It wasn't terrible, but just for my taste, I don't think it was what I was expecting to hear from Logic. It was a very well put together piece of work, but it wasn't what I was expecting from Logic, listening from his previous albums and mixtapes.
Yeah.
But back to the 1-800 song, I don't think you can judge him on just one song and say, oh, he's mainstream, he's a pop star now. That's just one song.
Of course.
And when he put out 44 More, I think that was kind of a look, yeah, I can go pop, but I'm still a rapper and I can still spit bars and I can still, do the rhyming and all that, which I think was really dope. But I do think that he does not get enough praise, and I think he should get enough praise because he's had 3 albums. All 3 of those have gone gold. Everybody went gold. The Incredible True Story went gold. Under
Certified.
Pressure went gold. Yeah. He's had 7 mixtapes that have all been highly praised.
Yeah.
And they're still praised.
His mixtape game's
He just released another mixtape. Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it yet.
He's got a few bangers on there. He definitely he definitely goes for that heavy bass, heavy drum noise. So
Worth the listen, though?
definitely worth the listen.
All right. I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, I mean, to summarize what I was kind of saying, I don't think he's whack. I don't think he does get the praise he deserves. I think he is still going to keep putting out awesome projects.
Yeah.
He's a very humble person. He's not like any other rapper we know.
He's an amazing lyricist with like unmatched delivery, and like you said, it's unfair that he got judged off of one song.
Incredibly artistic.
You look at his body of work and all the content he's made, and he is an amazing rapper.
Agreed.
But people don't see that for the masses. What they see is the one song that goes mainstream.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, so next up we have the question of the show.
All right.
And this is a big one. This isn't some little dilly question.
All right. Hit me with it.
All right, so the question today is, what's the best album of 2017?
Okay. So we're only in March, so we didn't want to pull too soon in 2018 and say what the best album is.
Not enough content in March.
Definitely not.
18 yet.
So I want you to go first. I'm very curious. Tell us how you kind of had the process of deciding your number one pick. Any other like top 3s, top 5s? Feel free.
You got it.
Go for it.
So pretty much my criteria for this was, obviously I needed at least 4 or 5 songs that really stuck with me, and I also thought about how the project would lay out in the next 5-10 years, whether it'd be revisited, whether it would be considered one of the greater projects in that artist's career. So I had the short term and the long term scope when I made this decision.
Okay.
So my best album of 2017, and when I was thinking this through, I didn't think I'd come to this album, but I ended up coming to this album. My best album is 444 by Jay-Z. Hova.
Okay.
Hova, man.
Tell me your other options, because I want to hear all that. I want to hear this.
Okay, so
what did 444 beat?
444 beat Damn by Kendrick, and here's my curveball. Layla's Wisdom by Rhapsody.
Hey, okay, now we're talking.
That's my number 3. That's my number 3. 4, I put Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator, because that's an amazing project. And 5, I put Black Swan by Smino.
Okay.
That's another curveball.
That was actually a good one.
That was a really good project, yeah.
All right.
The reason why I chose 444 is that Jay-Z's been one of the best storytellers in hip-hop, and he has that element to this day. One of the things that amazed me about this project is that his flow, his lyrics, and his delivery were I don't want to say they're as good as Reasonable Doubt, because we all know how great of a project that was, but it's crazy to see 23 years later, he's still able to produce this high quality of work. And you look at artists that he was competing with in his time, and he's still around doing it now. Granted that in the past 5-10 years, he hasn't been releasing work as consistently. It's still amazing to see that he's making songs that are still timeless. For example, I see 444, Smile, Family Feud as songs that are timeless. You revisit these in the next 5-10 years, even if you presented those songs to somebody 5-10 years back, when this style of hip hop wasn't transcended to what it is today, it would still resonate in those time periods.
Okay.
Yeah. This album really stuck with me, man.
I respect that. 444 was on my top. Okay. I will admit that. It wasn't my number one though. So what I did, I went through January through December, and I picked out some of the best ones that I liked personally.
All right, a little chronological.
Again, this is our personal opinion. This isn't like according to sales and all that. It's just what we think was the best album. Mm-hmm. So January, February was kind of iffy for me. I didn't really find any that I really liked that I wanted to mention. In March, your old Droog, Pax, came out. He's one of my favorite artists. I saw him 6-7 years ago, and I think it was in like Oakland or something, maybe San Francisco, but I never heard of him before, and I saw him. I was like, oh damn, like I gotta keep listening to this guy.
Yeah,
this project was really good. He's very good at storytelling, and he's Crucial. A very good lyricist. Another one I liked was Joey Badass, All American Badass.
See, that's one that barely missed 5 for me.
See, these are just kind of ones I've scanned. This isn't my top yet.
Okay.
Tyler, the Creator, Flower Boy. It was a very good album. I liked to see the more mature Tyler.
Really dives into his emotions.
Very dive into his emotions. Artistic ability was up there. And just kind of more of like a personal album. He, wasn't the Tyler that you would expect to hear.
Finally opening up, talking about his feelings.
Very much. Wu-Tang Clan, The Saga Continues. That was in October.
Yeah, that was a heater.
It was a good album. I love Wu-Tang. One of the reasons it came on my list is because I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan, so automatically I'm going to put them on my list. Nevertheless, it was a dope project. So, let's see. I'm going to say number 2 is going to be Kendrick Lamar. Damn.
Okay.
That was in April. I didn't really listen to it when it first came out, to be honest. I saw it and I was like, because it was like a surprise drop. No one expected it.
Yeah. And
I was kind of skeptical. I was like, okay, am I going to listen to this or just skip over it? I listened to it and I was like, damn. Like it was from beginning to end. Great album.
Yeah. It was a really solid album.
It wasn't his best album though.
No, we know that.
People were very quick to say it was his best album yet.
No.
I don't think it was his best album, but in 2017, yeah, I think it was one of the best projects. Back to Rhapsody.
That album
Layla's
is so
Wisdom.
Slept on.
Oh my God. Yeah, it does not get the respect. It had just a few people. Kendrick Lamar, Busta Rhymes, Anderson .Paak, Black Thought. Not many people listen to Rhapsody right now. Like, she's not popping as much as she should be. She does have a good fan base, but she should be way up there with some of the greats.
I think she's one of the most underrated rappers right now.
Yeah, by far. And this was just one of the projects that just stuck out to me. I had listened to her a few times, just periodically here and there. I listened to her. But someone had told me about this album. They're like, you gotta listen to it. Like, it's one of the best projects. And again, I'm always skeptical like when new projects come out. But I listened to it, and I mean, just everything about it is just awesome. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like she can just spit, and it's oh my God, yeah. It's just it's a chill. It's a very relaxing type album. It's not too out there. It's just like perfect. Every song's just perfect on it.
Yeah, you're the one who showed me Chrome, and then from there, I checked out the rest of the project, and I was so surprised, man.
Yeah.
Her storytelling aspect, her flow, her delivery, everything. The way she challenges societal constructs and stereotypes,
Very much. So my number one is Rhapsody.
Oh, I like that.
So between the two, which would you argue is the best? I know you picked number one is Jay-Z. Yeah. So out of those two, would you still pick Jay-Z?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Be honest.
You know, I'd want to lean towards the Layla's Wisdom just because what she challenges is very different than what Jay-Z brings up. Jay-Z talks about his infidelity, relationship side, talks about his family, talks about, I don't want to say problems with money, he talks about, like, inheritance issues.
He doesn't have a problem with money.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't have that.
He talks about riding his will, stuff like that, but Layla's Wisdom, she's talking about kids dying, problems in the streets. She's talking about love. She's talking about how black girls are portrayed in society and societal beauty standards and how you just have to be confident throughout anything. That's way bigger, way more important issues, I should say. Even though what Jay-Z's saying, like, in 444, like, whether he's talking about Beyonce or not, and his relationship to get a little more attention, kind of like with Lemonade, I mean, even if he did do that, like, it's, kind of, don't really want you doing that. But even if he's not talking about his own situation, just the picture he paints in that and how relatable that is to other people, I think that song makes a song, like, revisitable and timeless.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. And I'm going to pick Rhapsody as well. I mean, honestly, I really do agree with all your points. I think Jay-Z is at a point in his life where he's in a totally different, place than he was 20 years ago, 25.
Very true.
Rhapsody, like you were saying, spoke on issues that were needed to be talked about.
Yes.
Jay-Z spoke on issues that he went through, but they're not like issues that are important in today's society, right? Like,
exactly.
I wasn't able to be like, oh, like I can relate to this album. Like more so, like to Rhapsody, I can relate to.
Yeah.
Because you read about these, you see them on the news, you read all these different stories, and like for someone to make an album with that on there, it just sums up the type of person she is and the type of message she wants to leave. Nevertheless, though, Jay-Z's album is very high up there. Mm-hmm. It is a very well respected project, and I do think it's going to be talked about come years from now.
Yeah. And when people revisit his legacy, they're going to say, oh, well, look what he was able to do 23 years later after Reasonable Doubt.
True. Very true.
Compared to other artists.
When he was 40-something years old.
Exactly.
Yeah. One album I do want to talk about before we finish here that I was highly disappointed with in December 2017. I was stoked for it all year. Revival. Eminem.
Oh,
highly disappointed. Did you like it?
I wasn't a fan of it at first. I think I heard 2 tracks and I was like, okay, I can generally respect the topics you're going for, but then I heard a few other tracks and he lost me, man. He lost me.
I don't like when we're talking about pop a lot today, but I don't like when Eminem goes pop. Yeah. I don't like it. I was expecting a totally different type of album. I think it's something I need to stop doing, but I have very high expectations for certain artists and like certain things I want to hear. Mm-hmm. Which isn't good all the time because, I mean, an artist wants to, grow. They want to reach out and try different things, which is awesome. But the Eminem one I don't know why. I didn't like it. It's not a classic album. It's one of his worst albums. Talk to anyone. No one's going to be like, oh, I love this song. Like, no one talks about it except Walking on Water. Like, because that was his first track he put out and everyone's liked it and hated it. But any other track, like there's no track that I can remember off the top of my head where I'm like, with you. Yeah, exactly. That I'm saying, oh, that's a dope song. It just, it didn't do it.
When artists try different styles, there's always going to be some type of disconnect. And especially with Eminem being the back end of his career, that only made it even worse.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate that there's so many rappers that try to make albums and try to create content the way in the back. I can't even say the back end of their career because their career is passed over. But when they're like late 30s, early 40s, and I don't want it to tarnish their reputation in their career, but after a certain point, you have to start contemplating that. And that kind of cements and re-emphasizes what Jay-Z did with 444 and how big of a deal that is considering where he is in his age and his career.
Yeah. I think Revival, I expected to hear M be more personal. Because that's the best part I like about Eminem is that he's very personal. He shares everything about his life.
Every feeling, man.
I do. Obviously, the lyricism and the delivery and all that's very important. Eminem's always gonna deliver that though, like his flow and everything. That was amazing. He can never go wrong on that. That's why people consider him the GOAT. Any type of beat, he's gonna kill it. The content though was not what I was feeling. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I didn't like it either, unfortunately.
Yo, thanks for listening to our podcast, Peace, Love, and Hip Hop. We'll be posting a new podcast at least once a week. Hey, maybe even more. But while you wait, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe, and like this.
As I pack this bowl, Abby, can you give us our outro?
You got it. Stay up, stay lit, stay alive.